So are you about to PCS at JBSA-Randolph in 2026? Guys, here is the first sergeant's tactical housing guide that I've got up for you. So listen up. And if you just got your orders at JBSA-Randolph, Fort Sam Houston, or Lackland Air Force Base, you're about to move to what we call Military City, USA. Good day. I'm Cody Posey, and I spent 20 years in the Army as a first sergeant, and I've seen every side of the PCS grind. Everywhere from the barracks to the housing office, and just the transportation nightmare that's going to happen, because I have moved my family more times than I care to count or remember. And look, guys, I'm not here just to show you a pretty kitchen photos or just to tell you that the house is a dream home. What I am here for is to give you the tactical sit rep for the 2026 Hill Country market. Guys, this isn't the same market that your buddies moved into 3 years ago, but what it is, it's stagnant, it's high inventory, and you don't have a plan, you're going to overpay for out here right now. So that's why what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the 2026 BH rates and why Schertz Cibolo corridor is the gridlock zones for your commute, and how you can use your VA loan like a weapon to get the seller to pay your way into a home. And guys, before we actually go to dive into the data, do me a huge favor. You see that like, subscribe button to the channel? Please hit that, because I build this content specifically for my fellow vets, active duty, and a whole lot of home buyers in the community who just need the ground truth. So let's move out. Let's talk a little bit about money, because that's where every PCS mission starts. So what I'll tell you is like the 2026 BH rates for San Antonio area just finalized. And what we're going to see in this area is a solid 4.2% increase. And that's going to be average for an E5 with dependents. And that's going to be at Randolph. So what that is for BAH at Randolph is you're looking about $1,869. And if you're an 03, you're looking at over $2,400. Now, why does this matter, you ask? I mean, I think everybody knows, because the last 2 years, people were telling you that you couldn't buy a home on BAH alone. And guys, they were right. I mean, then. But 2026 is a different animal. And when you see everything with the highest interest rates stabilized in the low sixes and the inventory currently at a 14-year high, the rent versus buy math has shifted back into your favor, or is shifting back into your favor. If you rent a decent 3-bedroom home in Cibolo, Schertz right now, you're going to pay on average anywhere between $2,000 to $2,600 a month. And what that becomes, I mean, guys, that's dead money. I mean, you're paying 100% interest to a landlord who's trying to utilize your money to build equity on their home. And what's going on, it's just happening while you're passing through. But if you use your VA loan with 0% down, you can get a $325,000, $350,000 home and keep your payment right close to that BAH cap, depending on your BAH. And I lived on both sides of this, and I lived on base housing too, and I've rented and I've owned. But guys, what I tell you as a first sergeant, I'm telling you that in 2026, the data says that you should be exploring to become an owner now, not just a tenant. And what we're going to do, let's break down exactly how to make that happen without coming out of pocket. So if you got orders at Randolph, now the question is like, where do you actually want to put your family? And look, I mean, you got options. You have basically 3 options. First of all, you got option 1, which I call the gate guard life. I mean, what that means is you're right outside the gate. Your commute is going to be roughly about 5 minutes. But being honest, this is where the resale value of a home could be hit or miss. But if you're a single airman or soldier, maybe, if your family, though, you probably need to look a little bit further out. And that brings us into the big city life, which is option 2, which is San Antonio. What you're going to get the restaurants, you're going to get the Spurs games, but you're going to be fighting that I-35 traffic, which is a nightmare every single morning. I mean, when you look at it, I-35 is a parking lot. And the question is like, do you want to spend anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour a day in your car, depending on how far out you are, maybe even up to 90 minutes. And there's a lot of people that don't really want to do that. And then you got option 3, which is the gridlock zones, which is like your Schertz, Cibolo, and your new Braunfels area. And guys, this is where 80% of my military clients, they end up. I mean, when you look at Schertz Cibolos, you're looking at 10 to 15 minute commute to Randolph Gates. You're going to be in Cibolo Schertz ISD school district. You got Clemens and Steele High Schools, which has some very great athletic programs. And of course, the schools out there are amazing. And then you got New Braunfels, which you're about 20 to 25 minutes out, and you got several inroads to get there. It's a little bit more of a drive, but you're closer to the rivers. You got green hull, and you're going to get a little bit more of that hill country lifestyle. So in 2026, guys, I mean, we're seeing massive amount of inventories in these areas. So when you look at it, the days of houses just selling in over 4 hours, they're done. I mean, you actually have the luxury to find a home that isn't just a shelter, but it could potentially be an investment. I mean, whether you want an established neighborhood with mature oaks, or you're looking for a brand new build in a place like maybe Mayfair or Buffalo Crossing, wherever it may be, to where you look inside the corridor where your money goes if others. So this is where most important part of the briefing though. I mean, most real estate agents treat a VA loan like a secondary option. I hate that. They think it's too hard to close because the VA appraisal or the VA inspection is too strict. Guys, that's a bunch of crap. I mean, in the stagnant market like we have in 2026, the VA loan can be your greatest weapon. When you look at it, sellers are no longer getting in 10 cash offers over asking price. I mean, they are sitting on homes with over 100 plus days on market. They are desperate for a solid pre-approval buyer, and that's how we play this in 2026. I mean, when you look at it, the zero down closing, I'm routine getting my military clients in a home where the seller pays all the closing costs. I mean, that means you can literally show up at the closing table with zero monies down and walk away with the keys. Now, also, there's a thing called the rate buy down. Now, this is the pro move. So for an example, if a seller in Cibolo has a house listed at $350,000 and it's been sitting on for, let's say, 90 days, we don't just ask for a $10,000 price drop because that's only going to save you $60 a month. Instead, what we can do is we ask for $10,000 in seller concessions to buy down your interest rate. That can drop your rate by a full point or more sometimes, saving you hundreds of dollars every single month and keeping you under that VAH is what we strive for. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't compete with the VA loan. In 2026, you are the competition. You just need the agent that knows how to write the contract to your favor of the soldier and not the seller. So a successful PCS is all about your timeline. I mean, guys, if you're moving in the summer of 2026, you shouldn't be starting in May. You should be starting now before we start 2026. So I'm going to break this down just like an op order. We'll say phase one. Guys, this is your intelligence gathering. Get your certificate of eligibility ready. Get you with a lender who actually knows how to maneuver VA loans, not a big bank box. But you need someone who understands Tex vet land boards and military nuances here in the state of Texas. And then when you look at phase two, that's our recon phase. I mean, that's where you reach out to me and we'll set up a search filters that's for specific neighborhoods and the areas and the houses that you are actually looking for that fit your needs. And that's where we go to phase three, which is a virtual walkthrough. Guys, I do first arm walkthroughs. I'm not just going to show you how pretty the house is and how pretty the flowers are. I'm going to take a look at the age of the HVAC system, the condition of the roof, and to see if there's signs of foundation movement. And guys, if I wouldn't put my family in that house, guys, I'm going to highly advise you not to put yours either. I have no problem with telling people you probably need to reconsider. Now we're going to be coming into phase four. That's what we call closing the gap. That's where we're going to get under contract 60 days out, which is going to give us roughly about 30 to 45 days for the VA appraisal and inspection. And that also is going to give us a 15 days of buffer before you actually have to pull the U-Haul into the driveway. So what I tell you guys, buying sight unseen is the most stressful thing that you'll do all year. And I've been there. And what my job is to be the boots on the ground. So when you sign those papers, you know exactly what you're getting. So the bottom line is this. The 2026 Hill Country market is slow, but for a military family with VA eligibility, slow is exactly what you want. Because what you have the inventory, you have the leverage, and you have the BAH to make this happen. So look, guys, don't go into this PCS blind. And look, if you're coming to JBSA-Randolph or any of the San Antonio bases, hit my link in the description, reach out to me, let me give you your help that you need to help finding you a home here in this area. And guys, most importantly, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel because at the end of the day, I'm here to give you straight talk every single week. And look, I'm Cody Posey, guys. I love you guys. If you need me, reach out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.